So different cities have different programs. Does the homeowner have to call them? Do you guys help with that? Or help me understand what that might look like when I actually need my sewer repair and I got to interact with the city.
So depending on what city it is, we are pre-approved to work with the city of St. Paul and Minneapolis to do the work in those cities and then bill the city. Now ultimately what happens is then they throw that bill on your taxes and then they'll divide it out of a certain amount of payments and you will just receive that on your taxes.
So your team will actually kind of help go back and forth and make sure that the appropriate steps are made, or what should a homeowner know about? That just seems like a lot of messing around. How do I know? Do I call the city first? Do I call you guys? I'd imagine getting it inspected by you guys is probably the best way to go, right?
Ultimately, we're licensed to work already in those cities. So with being licensed to work in the city of St. Paul and Minneapolis, we are already approved to work through those programs. You're going to have to get 3 bids up front to prove to the city that you are picking the right contractor for the job. And so we'd be one of those bids. But ultimately, when you choose us as the preferred contractor to do the work on your job site, we go ahead and submit that bill with the city. And then with that, you'll be able to pay that over time on your taxes, yes.
Okay, so teach me, how long does it take for you guys to replace sewer? Is this a multi-month thing? Is this a week? What might that look like?
Funny you ask. I watch competitors of ours that do not dig like we dig, and sometimes it's 2, 3, 4 days. And I go, it's not that hard of a job if you know what you're doing. And
you guys have dug thousands of jobs since 2006 and even later.
Keep in mind, I'm not a plumber. I'm a utility contractor, right? Mm-hmm. So that's all I know is outside of your house and hooking your house up to what we're going to give you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't work inside your house, I work outside. And so it's hard for me to watch somebody that works inside the house work outside of the house. Kind of that vice versa.
Yep.
I'm not good inside, but nor are they good outside, right?
Yep. How long should the messing around before the project actually, will that take a couple weeks? You said you have to get some bids. There's a little bit of back and forth there. What should people know about the process of actually doing this?
Yeah, there's a little bit of back and forth. I mean, sometimes the city contacts you and lets you know that there's a problem. Yeah, it could be an emergency. You call us and we show up that day or the very next day to assess the situation. But ultimately, it could be anywhere from 3 to 10 days to set the project up, depending on the size of the project. And once we perform the work, then the paperwork is submitted to the city of St. Paul, Minneapolis, or the surrounding suburbs. And depending on if you're a part of the program to get it assessed on your taxes or not, you either cut us a check or it'll go on your taxes.
Absolutely. So if you need help, we can help you with the inspections with the camera. We'll serve as your guide to help you through, and all the way to working with the city to make sure that you get the right funding and even have it on your assessment for taxes. You guys do it all. So
yep.
Any other things that people should know as they're kind of figuring out what they need for sewer replacement?
Understanding hiring a contractor can be very difficult. There's an ocean of contractors out there. One thing that we like to say is we pride ourselves in the work that we do. And this is the type of work that we would do for our own selves at our own houses. And so this is something that we take very personal, and we will take your project personal as well. So
that's great. That's great. Well, appreciate it, guys. Thanks so much.
Thank you.